previously on HOBOTECH.
What's the best RV for me? The next RV I'm going to recommend is the Class B.
HOBOTECH.
This is my favorite because it's one vehicle. It's built on a chassis by a major manufacturing company. You know, it's either going to be Chevy, Ford, or Dodge. They know what they're doing when they build these vehicles. They last as long as you want to keep maintaining them. You don't have any wood to worry about leaking or rotting or splitting. You have the fiberglass roof, which is awesome. This one has like oak cabinets. We got a toilet, a shower, hot water heater, furnace, air conditioner, everything. Stove. I got 2 refrigerators and a freezer. It's like you're wanting for nothing, okay? But you're gonna pay. You get a 20-year-old road truck for $15,000-$20,000. That's a lot of money for something this old. But you know, and again, maybe you're in the deep south or somewhere where it's really, really cheap. You can maybe pick one up for $10,000, but you know, whatever. Just saying. For the year, it's going to be more expensive than anything else because these are highly sought after because they're all in one vehicle. I've taken this most places where other people can't go. Like the only people who can beat me are 4x4 pickups, Jeeps, and sometimes all-wheel drive crossovers if they're tent camping. But for the most part, nobody else can kind of, because I have high clearance and I have everything wrapped into a small mobile package. It allows me to really go into some crazy places I probably shouldn't have went. The upsides, again, you got everything you need. I average about 15 on the highway. My all-time average for the last year is 13. Now that's including campsites, going up and down mountains, running the air conditioner, all that. Still get 13 miles a gallon. That's pretty good. I can take this to any mechanic and have it worked on, and I have done that. I have literally driven into just mom and pop shop. Here's the doghouse. You take it off. You have engine access. It's a Dodge 318. They made them for 40 years. Everybody knows how to work on them. Super simple. I have regular car tires, regular motor, regular everything. The only thing special about it is it's got sewage pipes, plumbing, that kind of stuff, and the propane. That's all RV stuff. And so I have taken it to Camping World to get the propane regulator changed. And I'm having a problem with my furnace. I'll probably have to figure that out, how to fix that. But for the most part, you're just driving a car or a truck or a van or whatever that's been made by a major manufacturer, and therefore parts are cheap, easy to get service, great mileage, you got everything you need. Now the downside, expensive to buy up front, can be expensive to maintain. I put a lot of money into this, but I want it to be reliable. Great mobility and everything in a Class B, and the biggest downside is space. If you're by yourself, this is fine. I think this is plenty for any single human being. You start adding animals to the mix, that can be problematic. I have some issues with the cat sometimes, waking me up, stinking me out. If you have a dog, you're going to have to expect to clean all the time. And if you're a couple, this is a small space for 2 people. You better really, really like each other if you're going to try to do this full time, or even a couple of months at a time. You might wind up getting a divorce after. But I tell you what, if you survive 3 months in a Class B, you'll stay married the rest of your lives if you can stay in one of these for 3 months. Now I've seen couples with 1, 2, 3 huge 100-pound dogs in a space this size. Guys, I don't know how you do it. So yeah, the biggest downside to Class B is space. Now I've negated some of that by adding a cargo hitch on the back. I added on the biggest cargo basket I could find so I could stuff it full of stuff I didn't want to have inside the van, specifically extra water and my external gazebo and my grill and stuff. I didn't want to have a greasy, smelly grill on the inside. So the next one down is going to be truck campers. I noticed, especially in Montana, Montana and Yellowstone, there were a lot of truck campers. Now, most people think that's the best thing you can buy, a 4x4 truck and put a camper on it. I'll have to say yes and no. First of all, if you want mobility with a truck camper, you got to get a small one. You can't get one you can stand up in. They're really, really tall and really top heavy, because you have to understand, truck campers are fully self-contained. That means their water, propane, sewage, batteries, everything are above the rear axle in the truck bed. So that's all that weight is in the bed of the pickup truck. It makes it top heavy for the pickup truck. It's not like this where the tanks are actually below, where the level of the axles. So pretty much most of the weight is low in this. In a truck camper, most of that weight's high. Now, there's two problems with that. One is what I'm doing right now, highway travel when it's windy. If you have a big, tall truck camper, and I've seen these things like, I swear they're 10 or 11, 12 feet high. I see them wobbling all over the highway. You see people put these big-ass truck campers on these little trucks. And they try to drive them through the plain states or anywhere where it's windy. It gets really windy in Arizona. That thing's all over the road. I don't know how they drive them. Now, off-road, they're really good because now you have a 4x4 pickup. It'll get you through mud, snow, sand. It'll get you places where I could never go with clearance. Get you right over some nasty territory. But what happens when you get to a place that's slanted like this and you're trying to climb it? Now, your normal pickup truck or a Jeep handles that just fine, sideways. Now, what if you have a 5,000-pound truck camper on top of your truck bed? What do you think is going to happen? And I've seen it. I've actually seen somebody, they tried to go over this lump that went, it was like a big lump on the left side, and they thought they could do it, and they lost it. Fortunately, the truck camper hit a tree and stopped them. So their wheels were off the ground, but the whole thing didn't flip over, and some people were actually able to push it back upright, and the guy backed out. I think Bob Wells even talked about this too. He said that truck campers are extremely dangerous off-road. If you think you're going to be able to take a truck camper into like some serious 4x4 territory, you can't. Unless you get a small, short one you can't stand up in. If you get it low, and you don't have a lot of like weight in it, there's not a lot of water and stuff in there, then you can take them pretty much most places a Jeep could go. But most people don't buy small truck campers because they're very uncomfortable. They're really small. I mean, if you can't stand up in it, it's not something you're going to want to spend a lot of time in, guys. Even the biggest truck campers, you have to remember, your floor space is limited to 4x8. I don't think they make pickup trucks any bigger than 4x8 in the bed. I think I have seen a couple that stick out a few feet in the back. So you might have 4 foot wide by 10. Now you got to remember, you got water tanks, batteries, sewage, all that has to be crammed into that floor space. So usually just have like a little strip of an aisle that you can stand up in, and then your bed is up in the top over cab area. I know a lot of them have toilets. I don't know if many of them have showers. I'm pretty sure if you get a big enough truck camper, you could probably have a little cramped little wet bath or something in there, maybe. But they're so small and uncomfortable. I've seen couples living in truck campers, but man, that's a small space. You better be in a place where it never rains and never snows, so you could be outside all the time. That's just the only place you sleep. Because I wouldn't want to be in something like that for 3 or 4 days during a rainstorm. I get kind of nippy being in here for 3 days. When it's raining or snowing or too cold or windy to be outside, 3 days is about my limit. And I said, I got to get the hell outside, get some fresh air and walk around and stuff. Yeah, truck campers, they're also very, very expensive. Let's see, what else is left? Probably the least expensive way to get into this lifestyle, you guys already know what it is. Buy a cargo van and convert it yourself. They're super popular. Go buy a relatively inexpensive cargo van, used one, strip it out, put wood floor, and use water jugs and IKEA furniture, throw a solar panel on top, and you're good. Now, that's the way a lot of people live comfortably and happily and cheaply. You're going to get the best gas mileage that way. You're going to get the most mobility that way. Now, if you don't get a high top, you can't stand up, and that's not very comfortable for a long period of time. Bob Wells will tell you that. He lived in a van that didn't have a high top for most of his life. He said that he can't believe he put up with it that long. And I couldn't imagine living in a vehicle you couldn't stand up in. Taking vacations, doing a couple weeks at a time, no big deal. Now, a lot of people live that way. A lot of people live that way very comfortably. Personally, I wouldn't want to live full-time like that without plumbing, without air conditioning, without a good way to generate power. Because most of the people especially people who don't get the high top vans, first of all, your storage is very, very limited. Because you don't have the extra headspace to put cabinets and stuff. Secondly, you don't have cabinets. Most people use like plastic tubs, stuff like that. Some people with some woodworking skills might build a little desk or a couple of small cabinets or a sink. Sometimes people actually put little sinks in them. A hand pump or a 12-volt pump. But those aren't considered RVs. Those are considered vans. And you're going to be hard-pressed to get your insurance company treat it like an RV. They'll cover you for a car. They're not going to cover you for the contents. So if you put a $5,000 solar system into it, or you have a $1,000 laptop, or whatever, none of that's going to be covered under your insurance. Now, if you're a part-timer, and you have a sticks and bricks, and you have homeowners or renters insurance, you could probably get that stuff covered. But as a full-timer, without a sticks and bricks address, you're going to be hard-pressed to get your stuff covered. So that's the difference with a Class B. I've heard of people paying hundreds of dollars a month for their van, and that doesn't even cover the stuff inside of it. Where you domicile and the vehicle you have, how old it is, and its value is all going to determine what your insurance cost is going to be. I can tell you my insurance on this is lower than any car I've ever paid in my entire life. Full coverage. So a cargo van is certainly a cheap way to get in, but it's not really a luxurious way to get in. If you're going to live full time, you really want do you want a low top van with some IKEA furniture and a plastic jug for your water and stuff like that? Or do you actually want to have hot running water, shower, a real toilet that you can flush, not have to poop in a bucket? Do you want to have air conditioning and heating and all that stuff that you would get in an actual RV? There are some of you who have enough skills to take a cargo van and make it look like and act like a Class B, like straight up with composting toilets, outdoor shower, and an actual real like sink with a faucet, and, heater, all that stuff. Some of you have those skills, and I'm talking here to the majority. So now you understand why Class Bs are so expensive and so sought after, because they feel that niche right in the middle. It's the Goldilocks zone. Not too big, not too small. Not the best gas mileage in the world, not the worst gas mileage in the world. But you still have all the luxuries, and they're really easy to customize. And you're registered as an RV, so you can get a much cheaper RV insurance. RV insurance is a lot cheaper than car insurance for most people. And if you get a newer RV, a lot of people don't know, you can get 10, 15, 20-year loans on new RVs. Basically, you get a mortgage because it's treated like a home. Now, that's only on a new one. You're not going to get anything like that on a used one. Now, there are a subset of you who's going to say, you didn't mention Quigley 4x4 conversions. You didn't mention XYZ conversion company. I want to tell you one reason why. If you have that kind of money, my video is not going to help you, okay? If you can afford a Quigley 4x4 conversion, six-figure conversion. I'm jealous, okay? If money is no option and you want to go climb this mountain up here, see straight ahead, you want to just keep going straight. Where I have to turn, you just want to keep going straight. You want to get that Quigley 4x4. They raise it like 2 feet off the ground, put these monster truck tires on it. You have the 4x4 transfer case. It's a van. I think they actually do full RV conversion part where they put the sink, bathroom, shower, all that in for you. If you want to throw 6 figures at them to do that, man, that's definitely a way to go. If you have one of those, send me a link to a picture. Because those things are so awesome. I've never seen one. I've only seen a couple of pictures, but I've never seen anyone own one. There weren't any at the RTR. I have not seen one on the highway. There's probably a good reason for that. I don't know how well they ride on interstates. When you have big off-road tires and you're up off the ground like that, it's really noisy. It's probably kind of all over the road. But, I mean, you can't have everything. And here's the lesson of the story, folks. You can't have it all. You have to give something up. You're going to have to give up mobility, fuel economy, reliability, and I forget what the other two are, but you're going to have to give up, being able to go everywhere, do everything, have all the comforts and luxuries at home. You have to give certain things up. Now, I personally think the Class B is about as good as it gets. Now, you could kind of make it a little bit better by hauling a trailer. You can actually, this thing has, I think has a total of 13.6, close to 14,000 pound capacity towing wise, and that includes the vehicle weight. So, when I bought this, the vehicle weight was about 8,000 pounds. Now it's closer to 9,000 with all the stuff I've added on. But that gives you about 5,000 pounds to work with. So you can actually tow a 5,000 pound trailer. And you can get a lot of trailers, pretty nice equipped trailers, for under 5,000 pounds and tow with one of these. You could drop that trailer off at your campsite and drive this around, which gets much better fuel economy. You still got the good ground clearance. You still got the toilet. You still got the sink, kitchen. You can take this deeper in or somewhere else. If you say you want to just drive around Yellowstone and see the sights, this is great. This is perfect in Yellowstone, by the way, because there were a lot of places that said no RVs. There was a lot of places where you couldn't park an RV any longer than this. So this was perfect for Yellowstone. In fact, that place I stayed overnight, the only reason I got away with it is because this thing's short. And by the way, the ranger did come by. He just drove right past me. He ignored me, which was great. I didn't realize the ranger came by. I thought he didn't notice. But that was not the case. He absolutely did notice I was there. Well, anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed my perspective on what's the best RV for you. I know it's the best RV for me. I'm driving it. Sure, I'd like to have a newer one with lower miles that handles a little better and had four-wheel drive, more ground clearance, and 2 extra feet on the back, and a wide body conversion. Yeah, that'd probably be what I'd really want to have. But realistically, I don't know if I'd get I'd probably try to find one of those 4x4 road trucks. Or some kind of other already built 4x4 van. Do that. Because that to me is a way to go. Now, I could use a little extra room in here. If this was the 210 instead of the 190, I think it'd be absolutely perfect. The 210s have a wet bath. And that's one of the big things I'd like to have. Because I really do use my shower. Pretty much every shower I take is in here. I know most people who buy these 190s don't use the showers. In fact, the prior owner of this didn't have the shower curtain or anything in it. It was all just ripped out because he never used it. I don't think he even used the toilet. It was like perfectly dry and clean. When I opened the valve, I stuck my nose down there, I didn't smell anything. It was like that tank was like scrubbed clean with bleach and dried years ago. So he may never have used the toilet or the shower. And I know that's pretty common for 190 owners, but I'm the kind of person, I use every amenity I got. I would really like to have a wet bath so I wouldn't have to deal with the carpet, pulling the carpet up, waiting for the floor to dry, because that could kind of be a pain in the butt when it's a cold, wet day. Like if it's raining outside and it's cold, it takes forever to dry that floor. Now, of course, I can kick the generator on, use my hair dryer, and dry the floor that way, and I've done that a few times. That takes a while. You know, it's kind of a pain in the butt. I wish I just had a wet bath. If I was ever going to upgrade this, the next vehicle, next RV would have to have a wet bath in it. Because I'd like to shower as much as I can afford the water and not have to clean, deal with the carpets, drying the floor and stuff every time I go. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my RV review. I hope it helped you out. Many of you asked, you wanted my opinion about this. I'm sorry the video is so long, but I really wanted to be specific about all the different types and options out there. Because I know most videos, most YouTubers who talk about this, they don't go into any kind of detail. They don't go into the pros and cons. I really wanted to make a video that helped you guys out make that decision. Now, if you have any questions or comments about this, hit me up in the comments below. Don't forget, I'm also on Instagram now. I'm also on Twitter. I'm on Facebook and on Patreon. So I try to monitor all of those. I'm only one person, so I don't go on all that stuff every day. All right, well, that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm sure Odin would command you, but he's back there sleeping. So catch you guys all later.
Odin commands you to like and subscribe. And clean my litter box.
Hey, thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe, share, and like. And we'll see you guys next time. Say hi, Odin.